All right, we are live. What's going on,
Mate,
Dean?
how are you, Frank?
Coming to us live from your iPhone. I love it.
Yeah, I couldn't get the old Canon EOS, like expensive, ridiculous camera with its own software to work. So
I
we
mean,
just went iPhone.
and I had a full restart that made us late. So, tech gets the best of all of us, including,
Even for the technically adept like us.
yeah, even for all the churches joining, I'm sure they've had their issues. But man, today's an abnormal modern church leader, a little bit different episode, just jumping on.
Yeah.
For everyone that's joining, like usually we're interviewing some guest or church leader of some sort, but today Dean and I thought we would just get on and talk a little bit about our upcoming product launch event, which is happening in 14 days.
It is. Is this our third one?
This is number 3. This is
number 3. So we started.
If you give us a pass on the surprise, there's one more thing event that we did in December. If you kind of just erase that one,
this is our third.
This is our third real big one.
Right. So it's probably our biggest yet, and we kind of say that, but it's not really to hype it up. It really is. This is going to be pretty big in terms of the product, that we're really focused on.
Yeah.
And that product is a very important product to us and just about every one of our, nearly 30,000 customers. So it's all around giving.
Yeah.
So I think people are going to be pretty excited when they see what we're rolling out.
Totally. There's folks in the comments. There's always a bunch of people in the comments. I'd love to hear, I don't know, anybody that's watching live, we'd love to hear what you're excited about in terms of an updated Tithely. Like, we obviously haven't told you what it's going to be because we're going to tell you what it is on March 30th. Right. Today, we wanted to make sure you knew the event was coming. Maybe we'll kind of tease out a few things that we're focused on. But we'd love to hear just from our customer base and other folks that are watching, like, what would you love to see Tithely do? What kind of updates would you love to see?
Ask questions. Like, we love answering, questions about all things Tithely. So it's
100%.
Yeah.
So absolutely. This one's focused on giving, like you said.
Right.
And I would say it absolutely is our biggest update ever, because what the updates we're making, the changes, enhancements, new stuff that's coming has not been touched or a lot of attention put into it in probably 5 years.
Yeah. Well, this
this level of attention, like we've obviously maintained it and done some things, but this level,
and we've tweaked some of the UI, but just so for people to know, our original product was a very simple giving app that allowed people to download it, geolocate, you're inside the church, find the account, give. And that was the original app that Barnabas, my son, built when we, decided to start this crazy adventure. And whilst we've done some improvements behind the scenes and we've done a couple of UI improvements, you're right. This is the original product that has, really launched the business that has not been touched. And so this is a very huge update.
Yeah, we got Keith McPherson saying upgrades to the app. We got Drew Davis upgrades to the app, as well as Avanta upgrades. We got Jody.
What upgrades to the app do they want to see? Get specific, because I think we're going to have some announcements around custom app too.
And which app is it? The giving app you're talking about, or the custom church app?
Right.
Because we do have things coming for both. And here's Milton, better app functionality. Great, we love it. We've got definitely coming on March 30th. And then a couple of people mentioned, Drew and Jody mentioned mobile check-in via the app. So that's one that is definitely on the roadmap. And Jody says church app. So church app's got some good stuff coming. Absolutely. This event.
It's funny, there seems to be a couple different camps around app for churches. Some proponents, and even competitors of ours, don't really promote the church app as a portal, as a place for people. But increasingly, what we believe, and you guys will see this over the coming months, both this event and subsequent events that we'll have this year, is we're really going all in on the custom church app. And so whilst we're really doing some fantastic things on the giving side, certainly this event, the mobile custom church app for us is very, very important. And where we think church tech is going, it's all going to be mobile first and app first. So, you know, it's something that we're really focused on. And I think up until now, you know, you've got a bunch of church apps that basically were parody. There was this feature here and that feature there that we were all trying to build. But I think based on our roadmap and what we think, this year we feel like we're going to break out and do some things that no one else is doing.
Yeah, most of the church apps, and you know, we'll probably mention this in the launch event, but a lot of church apps were focused on kind of the content, right? It was media delivery, sermons and podcasts, and maybe your calendar and right, and that's what we've had too. It's more heavily weighted towards kind of content and that type of information, less about other things that churches need. And so we're really excited about a bunch of the mobile apps. So we have some big mobile app updates coming March 30th. We also already have our planned, I think it's June 26th.
I think you're right. It's that last Tuesday in June.
Yeah, last Tuesday in June is the next event after the March 30 event. So our second event of the year, major app upgrades. Probably, I mean, this one is pretty big. This one's pretty big. So I would say, you know, similar size wise, but we've got some great custom church app updates coming in the June event. And then I think we haven't finalized this because it's kind of hard to finalize past, you know, 3 to 6 months. But I think we will have, my guess, once we start doing our internal prioritizing of all of our stuff, I think probably the next one will have some pretty big stuff related to maybe mobile commerce and things like that. So big stuff, you know, to the church app. And check-in is one of them, just so you guys know. We won't tell you when, but it is one of them.
Yeah, it is one. And this could be a little reveal behind the scenes, you know, to our customers that we have a very strategic way now. You know, we spent a lot of 2019 and 2020 employing a lot of new engineers, getting product managers. You know, we really kind of broke up our company in some respects and put product managers and technical directors over, you know, what we call finance, admin, and communication. And so we broke all of our applications into those 3 buckets, as well as some kind of side ops, you know, kind of technical stuff around, you know, servers and stuff like that. But you know, our customers, like we very, very, in a very focused way, 6 months or out, we start to plan what's being built and then what we can talk about that's going to be ready to be released. So there's this factory now where we are just on an incredible roll as far as, so we talk about what's coming up next. That started work last year. Like we literally decided what to do, you know, in the 3rd and 4th quarter of 2020, what we're going to talk about in March 30 at 21. And so stuff we're going to talk about in June has already been decided on. The stuff we're going to talk about in September is going to be decided on in the next, you know, month or so.
I love this. Jerry, I'm just going to put you on screen right now. I love all your apps. And as an international nonprofit, we know we are not the primary target, but you all have the best set of tools for any U.S. small nonprofit. So we'd love to share. Love that, Jerry. That's cool stuff.
Awesome.
Now I got to figure out how to remove it. There we go. So yeah, custom church app updates are definitely coming March 30, and more are already planned for the June event, potentially even more for the September event. Check-ins on the list. I know 3 or 4 people have mentioned that. And yeah, I think Dean said it, you know, we're really focused on delivering a lot of end user or like the church member, the church goer, a lot of functionality for them in the custom church app so that their experience with church, whether it's church online or church in the building, they've got tools right there on their phone for all the things, whether it's, you know, checking in their kids or doing Bible studies or, you know, giving or events or whatever it might be. It's all packed into there and a great, you know, user experience.
Yeah, I think what it's going to do, it's going to drive church members to the app more than ever, because no longer will it be a consumption moment where I listen to sermons or watch sermons or look at the bulletin. It's going to be things like, oh, I've got to check my kid in, and will you please open the app up? And if, that leads to the thought, well, hang on, you got to know who I am for me to check my kids in, and you got to know who my kids are. So obviously you can start inferring that, when we talk about check-in, that's connected to databases and that's connected to information. And then once we start going down that road, that opens up a whole other bunch of fun that we're excited about.
And Gershon, I hope I pronounced that right, says anything new coming to Tidely websites. And in fact, there are a couple new things. From what I hear, one of the things coming is the most requested feature ever for Tidely sites. So
and it's going to be live, right? I think we're going to be live for March 30.
Yeah, it'll be there March 30. So there's two pretty nice updates. One of the two, there's probably a bunch of other little things, but there's two primary ones for sites that are coming. One of them, again, I hear it's the most requested thing ever. So,
which we were shocked by. Remember,
we were shocked that it was the most requested one, but we're doing it, and I feel like,
well, we pushed back on it because when the engineers come to us and say, hey, this is a feature that we want to build, and then they usually tell us a timeline, right? This is 2 weeks, this is 6 weeks, this is 8 weeks. This was like a 6 or 8 week thing. And you and I were like, really? They want this? We're going to spend all this time and effort building this?
Right.
Like, yep.
Right. On this feature, yep.
Right. So, but that's the cool thing. Like, we're hearing from customers. So we have great customer feedback support. The engineers, really look at, okay, well, what's it going to cost in development engineering hours to go and build this? And then it's presented to not just you and I, but we have a whole table of stakeholders here that, are on the customer side or on the engineering side or on the product side. And we all get in this room, which is a virtual room right now. And we decide, hey, in the next 3 months, we want to build, all of this, but here's the 5 things we're going to do. And then we pull the trigger and then we go for it. So, it's kind of an exciting process. And I think that kind of should speak to our customers that we're committed to consistent, always upgrading, always refining, always trying to add better features. That's, I think, hopefully sets us apart a little bit from other church tech companies out there.
Yeah. Every quarter, right? We're going to do one every quarter. Every 3 months, there's a big bucket of new things coming, right? It's not like, oh, there's a couple little things. These are big releases with a lot of.
Well, this event is going to go over an hour, and I know it's hard for people to stay and watch the whole thing. So of course we record it, and of course we send it out later. Yeah. But this will probably be 90 minutes. This event, and to cram all this stuff in, which we love. We can handle it.
Yeah, we can talk about it all day long. So yeah, some great stuff coming. I'm watching whoever's on the Tidely account right now is doing a great job teasing out what could it be, what is coming. So we love hearing from you guys. We'd love for you to attend and help us spread the word. You're kind of on this, a little bit of a preview. Things coming to giving, things coming. I actually saw, I think someone mentioned something in the comments about analytics and reporting and things like that. So that is a very hot topic around Tidely and a very high priority for us.
It is indeed. Less for March 30, more for the June event, because we've been talking about this for a long time, and there was a shorter version, a shortcut to some stuff around data and analytics that we could have taken, but we decided not to do that. We decided to go the full direction that we really wanted to go, big picture across the whole platform, the whole product line. It will kind of focus on finance at first, the stuff that we're building out for the middle of the year around analytics and data and dashboards and all that good stuff that church leaders want. But yeah, big focus, and the teams are working on that. So it's actually, I was in a meeting a couple of days ago with the group that's working on that, and they're going gangbusters.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. No glitter text. is coming to the Tidely account commenter out there. He'll deliver text. But we're excited, guys. I don't know if there's anything else we want to jump into.
I mean, just as a tease, we are releasing something that is going to be very, very useful as churches come back in person, and it has to do with the volunteers. And I think just quietly, this is going to
right.
This is going to be a very.
I don't even know that it matters for in person, but certainly in person is a big part of it for sure.
Right. So if you're volunteering, certainly in a kids ministry environment, we are releasing something on March 30. Frank and I, we've already watched it. We've got it working. It's beautiful, of course. It's functional. Of course, it's going to be affordable, like all of our stuff. But I think this is going to be a sleeper feature inside some of our admin stuff that I think is going to blow people away. So,
and everybody's doing it already. It's a feature. Yep.
It's not a brand new thing
that every church has to do. It's part of just the kind of administration and running of a church day to day, week to week, month to month.
Right.
So yeah, we're pretty excited to deliver it in a way that makes life just easier for church admins that are responsible for this.
And more cost effective. I was talking to my youngest son, who's a pastor, and this cost for them is thousands of dollars a year. And it's about to get a lot less than that.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
We love this, James. I just love seeing good comments. James, I really appreciated Tidely over the last 9 months. I like the church center focus and the very effective and affordable resources. Man, that couldn't say it better, right?
Yeah.
We're
signing up for marketing.
Yeah, churches and ministries, and focused on building tech that really is deliberately built for the church. And we all live it and breathe it every day. We're all super active in our own churches, and we hear from our own church staff and admin teams things that they would want. So we live it and breathe it in our personal lives as well. So it's exciting. So James, love that comment and appreciate it. Like that's why we're here.
Well, like that, and that goes in with the media product that these affordable resources. I was in our media library a couple of days ago, and looking at all the new media that is coming in every month, and we time it seasonally. So the Easter stuff started hitting last month, so you would have had access to a lot of great Easter media, and then obviously as the year progresses, so the media team and the content creators that upgrade our media library every month are working really hard. Like 200-300 new images a month, I think, are coming in, and we just that's a free product.
Not just images. There's motion graphics and full sermon kits with video trailers and bumpers and graphics and social media content. So it's not like I say that to go like. Graphics are almost the easiest of the bunch, but we have motion graphics and social media stuff and full sermon kit. So it's really high quality stuff that we have, resources helping us create every month so we can keep feeding that thing. So if you haven't seen Tidely Media, you can log into your Tidely account, go into Tidely Media, and all that content's free. So have at it. It's a great.
And we got some feature updates coming to media too.
Yeah, I mean that one, media, we just want to make it available to the world. So, right now you have to have a Tidely account, which isn't ideal. We didn't build it with that intention. That's just kind of how we had to do the first step. Right. So step 2 is making it so that you can, use it without having an actual Tidely account. So anybody who's not a Tidely customer, but you're a church communications person or volunteer or anything like that that's helping with sermons or emails or websites or anything like that, you're going to have graphics and media for days.
And maybe if you're creating your own graphics, you might want to share them with someone else in the kingdom.
Yeah, 100%.
So
sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Well, cool. I think that's 20 minutes. We don't want to take all your time. We appreciate you guys jumping on and listening for a second. We would massively appreciate your time. Come to the March 30 event. You would have received an email by now. But also, you know, if you know any other churches or even, you know, staff at your church, like have your team join.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, tell other church friends to join that, you know, might be interested in some of this stuff. We'd appreciate you guys kind of spreading the news about what
I think
titles
over 4,000 signed up already. We're giving away lots of fun stuff, MacBook Pros and other stuff, I'm sure. So
yeah, free MacBook Pros. I think we're doing too. So that's always fun.
Love it. Awesome. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, Dean. Thanks, everybody. We will catch you next week.
All right. See you guys.